the Chang International Circuit, 4.554 kilometers, 12 corners. We start off with 3 long straights, the long-sider on the front row, as seems to be the case throughout the season. So Maglada, Hiroki and Zhusheng Junji from China on the first row.
And then we have Hafizur Azman, Muhammad Febran Shah and Yusuke Nakamura, 4th, 5th and 6th in row number 2.
Brock Persson had his best result of the season from row 3 alongside Warapot and Shankar Sarath Kumar.
And then we have Koko Masharu, Tadachi, Muhammad Hasroi Othman, and also Arshad Rusti Sharum, the 10th, 11th and 12th on the grid.
The second Indian, Hari Krishnan, will be starting on 13 alongside Yoga Dio, who came 5th yesterday, and Robert Matthew Ramos. Lights. Once the lights disappear, we are underway. Maglada seemed to get off to a reasonable start. Hiroki Nakamura has got to stay close. In fact, Hiroki has got no option but to beat her over the 8-lap race. But it's Maglada who leads into the first corner. Hiroki Nakamura right on her tail.
That is a dream start for Maglada Sarapesh to be in front of Nakamura after the first corner. But then again, we see now Nakamura and another rider is making their move to be alongside with Sarapech, but as long as she's have to make sure that Nakamura is either in front of, behind her, and then she will win the title.
There are 2 Nakamuras out there. Yosuke Nakamura, who came 6th yesterday, he's actually 3rd in the overall championship standings, and he's the man who is leading the way as we head down. In fact, Maglada has got herself in front, and she is saying to everybody else, listen, if you're going to take my crown, you're going to have to do it the hard way.
Yes, right behind Maglada is Hafiz Nur Azman from Malaysia, who crashed yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, in the race. Hafiz, he finished 7th. Hafiz now pushing Maglada Sarapech, and that's even a good news for Maglada, because Hafiz will be in front of Nakamura, Hiroki Nakamura. So this is so far so good for the Thai rider, but we still have 8 laps to go.
We certainly do. Bike number 5 in the 3rd place is Zhusheng Junji. We have been watching him all the a little bit of going wide from Hafiz there. That just buys Maglada a little bit of time, and every second, every meter she's out on the track, she's edging just a little bit closer to the title.
Yes, but I need to be patient and need to be cautious a little bit on the track to make sure that she can finish the race in the first place. And because we saw what happened in Buriram round 4, she was a little bit overconfident, knowing that this track, she knows the track very well, and that will be her enemy number 1. So Hafiz Azman now pushing Maglada.
Interesting that Maglada went very wide on that last corner number 12, which has been the graveyard for many, but it's Maglada who leads through lap number 1. Hafiz, Fabrian Shah, Hiroki Nakamura, Zhao Cheng in 5th, and Yosuke Nakamura in 6th. Brock Persson, he's staying close as well, the young Aussie. Best result of the season yesterday, he's in 7th place.
So we have 9 riders in that group. Yeah, there's less than second between them. Jinyan Nakano looking at all the riders. The chief instructor of Asia Dream Cup for this season, and he knows that everybody has their job and the task to do, and especially for Maglada Sarapesh now, and she is right there. I think now she's down to a little bit.
She's dropped down. That's Brock Persson who's come forward to the front of the pack. So the young Aussie is making his move, and as you can see, the riders in this Asia Dream Cup, the 125cc's, they've spread into 2 distinct groups, but Maglada, so long as she stays near the front of that group, she will be fine. It's Fabrian Shah who leads from Maglada Sarapech, and Hiroki Nakamura is staying close by, but Fabrian Shah leads the way, as he has on so many occasions this season.
And Maglada, she's at the right place right now. She's looking back where is to look at where is Hiroki Nakamura. As long as she's in front of Nakamura, or as long as Nakamura is around her, it will be fine for Sarapech, and also as long as someone else winning the race, also going to be okay for her.
Coming into the final stages of lap number 2 of 8 in the Asia Dream Cup, and it's still Maglada, who is working hard. Fabian Shah will lead the way, but Maglada will just bank. Now, this is where the danger is. If it gets a little bit congested in there, any little shove could knock her out. And remember, if Hiroki wins and she comes 7th, then the championship goes to Japan. But at the moment, it's all going swimmingly well for Maglada Sarapech as she comes through the haze in 2nd place at the start of lap 3.
Yeah, she needs to be careful because in racing anything can happen. So just to make sure that she will finish the race in front of Hiroki Nakamura, because she's been riding so well this season in the title that she deserves the title, as many of her in paddock will agree with that as well. But right now, it's not that easy for Maglada Sarapech because we have 9 or more than 9 riders in that group, so she can finish is either in the first place or at the very end of that group.
Indeed, and that is the danger. The more group they are, the more danger potentially for Maglada. But it's Fabian Shah who's leading the way. Well spread out is that Yosuke Nakamura and Hafiz have made their move into the front of the pack. Maglada getting just swallowed up in the pack, and there's Hiroki Nakamura making his move as well. So the 2 Nakamuras, Hiroki and Yosuke Nakamura, have made a move, and that is interesting. Maglada, she's just easing in 3rd, but remember, she's got that injured left knee. She's working with a severe disadvantage.
Yes, Yogya Dios Chaputra set the fastest time in the previous lap, 2 minutes 05.672 seconds, while the rest of the riders is doing at 2 minutes 06 seconds and 2 minutes 07.08. Yogya Dios Chaputra now is currently 11. So we have 13 riders now in that group, less than a second between them. So but still now we have Maglada. She is still in front, still looking good for Maglada Sarapech.
Indeed it is. The fastest lap time, as you say, from Yoga Dio.
2:05. One rider down, that's number 19.
That is Li Yanqing from Chinese Taipei. But Maglada stays out of trouble. She's got Yosuke and Hiroki Nakamura really closing in. Their average speed around about 130 kilometers an hour, and so when your back end goes, you've not got an awful lot to cope with, and that'll hurt.
Okay, back in front, Maglada is still leading the race, but you can see now Yosuke Nakamura and Hiroki Nakamura, they can work together to help Hiroki to be in front, and I think that's what they will do. Oh, it's going to be difficult because we have one huge group that's 13 riders now in that group.
You see Maglada just staying right out of all trouble. The young Thai girl is dominating the championship. She's dominating our conversation, obviously, as she has for much of the season. But there is that danger. If something goes wrong, then the bike number 18 is in jeopardy of missing out on a championship that should be hers already.
Yes, and especially coming, if things stays like this, if they will be in this huge group coming to the final corner, and that will be very, very dangerous for Maglada Sarapech, because really anything can happen in the last corner.
Right at the very back of that little group, you've got riders just about within a second from 1 down to 9. Arshad Rusty on bike number 4 is at the back of that little group as well, as the Asia Dream Cup pit lanes look on. I wonder if they have their personal favourites. I'm sure they do.
Yes, I'm sure they do. Because every rider will bring, every country will bring their own mechanics, so that will be the fan, of course, for the riders. It's just that how Yosuke Nakamura and Hiroki will work together to stop Maglada from winning the title, but still it's looking pretty for Maglada Sarapech, and we have the Fabian Shah as well in front there, just like yesterday during the early part of the race.
She goes through in first as Maglada Sarapech, and encouragement from all, but a constant reminder, even though they're halfway through and Maglada's kept out of harm's way thus far, we are just a little flick of the wheel, a little touch on the inside from one of the opposition, and she could find her way out of the race.
And that's Robert Matthew Ramos from the Philippines out of the race with 4 laps to go.
Eyes very much on Mclada Sarapech, bike number 18. Always keep your eye on 18. Always keep your eye on Hiroki Nakamura as well, bike number 1. He's the only man who can steal the title away from Thailand.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be a nice thing to do on the King's birthday.
The group is so huge because of yesterday in the AP 250. I remember Kasma Daniel was in front, but when out of the last corner, he finished the race in 10th. So still, it's not safe for Mclada Sarapech. She needs to be in front of that group, coming in the final corner of the final lap.
Brock Pearson at the moment in the lead in that little group, and Mohammed Febrian Shah also involved there.
Looking, and now Hafiz Nur Azman is right behind the tail of the group, and that's Mclada Sarapech. She's right in the middle. It's currently 4th and 5th.
Well, the championship standings, as you can see, if the race were to finish now, although there's lots of jockeying at the moment, Mclada would would win it quite comfortably. Hiroki Nakamura, he knows he's got to win it, and he needs Mclada to finish 7th or worse. At the moment, she's nicely sitting in just in 4th place, which would be worth 13 points. And now she goes past Hiroki Nakamura. That's a gutsy move.
Yes,
she goes very, very, very wide.
Oh, she needs to be careful not to repeat the same mistake. That would be costly for her. She needs to, because all she needs to do is to be right where Hiroki Nakamura. So if Nakamura wins, she still can win the title.
She also needs to be very careful when she goes so wide, where she comes back on the track, because she can't be perceived to have gained an advantage. So there's a little warning there for Mclada. Hiroki goes through on the inside, but Mclada just powers down on the throttle, and Mohammed Febrian Shah it is who's right there alongside.
Yeah, she needs to be careful. She needs to calculate it well, because of it's quite dangerous that the way that she overtook just now from the inside, that a very unlikely place, as you can see now from the outside of the track, in fact, and coming in, and that's why she was overshot at the last corner. And imagine that happened in the very final corner of the race.
Absolutely, that's the risk that she's running. That's why we're constantly giving you this government health warning for Mclada Sarapech, because the title is hers to lose, but bikes 1 and 7, they will be plotting a dastardly plan against her. I'm sure they will, because they'll want Hiroki Nakamura to really have a chance. They'll want Hiroki to win and then see what they can do to force Mclada down the pack. But it's Mclada who's staying relatively out of trouble at the moment. Hiroki is leading, best lap 156.914.
So Mclada is back in front, because we still have 3 laps to go. This is just a nice position for Mclada right now, to be there together with the front group, and to finish alongside Hiroki Nakamura. So as a rider, I know that she wants to win the race, but she must think that the title is that is more important right now. So she needs to calculate that well.
She leads though through the start-finish line. Mclada from Hiroki from Yosuke Nakamura. Brock Pearson in 4th. It's been a good weekend for Pearson. Actually, he's 5th. Hari Krishnan Rajakapalan from India up into 4th place. Hafiz Nur Azman and Jusheng Junji. But that group barely second, splitting 1 from 9. It is still a danger for Mclada Sarapech.
Because of most of the riders have said to me just now that this is the final race, and they are now going to go all out. So they will try to win the race. So any one of them now in this group will try to win the race, and that going to create a problem in the final corner, and that will not be good for Mclada.
Indeed, we actually saw her just ease off the throttle on the final corner on race number 1, which took place on Saturday. At the moment, though, she's doing her best just to stay as far out of danger as she possibly can, which seems to be a sensible tactic. Oh, you saw she just gave way to Hiroki Nakamura there. No need for heroics.
It's because it's only a lap and a half also to go for Muklada for her to win the title. So she needs to be patient. She needs to be. Oh, this
she's
is
taken the lead.
the Muklada that we saw throughout the season, not the one that yesterday. But then again, with 1.5 laps to go, I think she needs to be a little bit cautious, a little bit careful, especially during the corner.
Indeed, if you go for it too much, you're in danger of throwing everything away. But then again, that is her way. She likes to go for it. That's what's got her into this position now. Yeah. Why would she change? Muklada, though, leading the championship standings significantly at the moment, but an awful lot can change in this last 5 kilometres as they come into the notorious final corner. Muklada Sarapwech takes it a bit tighter that time, and she will lead going into the final lap. She is 1 lap away from victory in the Asia Dream Cup. It would be a magnificent achievement for Muklada Sarapwech of Thailand, but she's being swallowed up at the moment as they go around corner number 1.
Yeah, this is it. This is the final lap, so it will be big or break for Muklada Sarapwech. There you go. She's choosing a different racing line, and she is right in front because we have left and right racing line right now, and it's difficult to say. And she can finish this. Is still where is number 18 still in front and still good for Muklada Sarapwech. She needs to be there, and she needs to be at least in the top 6, regardless where Hiroki Nakamura will finish the race.
Indeed, indeed, that's exactly what she needs. At the moment, though, she's just trailing a little bit. That's Fabian Shah coming through. Brock Person also in that little group, as is for India, Hari Krishna and Rajagopalan. It's getting very congested in there.
But it's number 18. Number 18 is, but I think it's number 7 in front. As long as Nakamura does not win the race, still is good enough for Muklada Sarapwech.
For the first time, she's showing just a little bit of caution. Mohammed Fabian Shah is leading the way. Muklada is in that little pack, obviously just keeping an eye. Well, there she is, keeping herself out of danger. It's right on the back wheel of Hiroki Nakamura. That's my main opponent. That's who I've got to keep my eye on, says Muklada.
She'll make sure that she'll be right beside Muklada, Hiroki Nakamura. And it looks like Fabian Shah, who has the advantage right now with Yusuke Nakamura, Hiroki Nakamura, and Muklada Sarapwech. So this is enough, good enough for Muklada Sarapwech.
At the moment, it's Fabian Shah leading the way. Bike number 18 is Muklada Sarapwech. This is the dangerous final corner. If she negotiates this, which she does, Muklada Sarapwech goes wide, but Muklada will come third and will take the championship. Yusuke Nakamura wins it from Mohammed Fabian Shah, but Muklada's third place means that she is the champion of the Asia Dream Cup 2015.
But still, this result under investigation, and I think the podium will go on first, and they will decide after that. But as for Muklada Sarapwech, she is now celebrating her title.
To the podium, and we will award the overall championship trophy to Muklada Sarapwech. She's already got that nice little T-shirt made out.
Yes.
And Nguyen Chipchob, once again, President of Chang International Circuit, is the man to give the trophy, one proud Thai to another.
Yes, no doubt. And this season belongs to Muklada Sarapwech for her to be on the podium in all races.